What is going on, people? We are back again with another video, and this one right here is all about Sheila. Now, in the most recent episode of 90 Day Fiancé, Sheila definitely gave us vibes as if she was using David for money, and she was using David to get out of her country so she can move to America, so therefore she can provide a better life for herself as well as her son. And this is something that myself included called her out for, and it seems as if Sheila has now decided to fight back, to respond back. And this is pretty much what she had to say. Now, I will say this at the same time, though. Her English, as we know, isn't the best. So reading this is, I apologize in advance for my reading, but it's not necessarily me. It's just that her English isn't the best. Now, she does start off by saying, "Why are you angry, ma'am? What are you saying? I'm using David? You better finish all our episodes," she say episodes, "before you speak. Yes, I know Americans are not rich. Who said American are rich and David is not rich? Either I know that, and I'm pretty sure this word is meant to say because, so I'm going to run with that. Because I loved him." I hope she means I love him, not loved him, but we'll continue. "But because I loved him and we loved each other, true, bad or good, anyways, the name suits you." Continues with these emojis of yawning and all that kind of stuff. "And also the money you talk about it, like I said, watch other episode, and above all, why I am not good in signing or learn because I speak 3 languages, and now I am learning sign language. Now I learn sign language, which is my 4th languages. So sometimes I forget, I'm forgetting to sign. That's all, period." I mean, listen, the reason why she's come out with this statement in particular is because this is exactly what she's actually responding to. Why are you using David? The show pays you between $500 and $1,000 an episode. You should have fixed the steps with the $3,000 he already gave you in the first year, in the first year of your online relationship. If it's anyone's fault, it's yours. That man, David, works 2 jobs already and is looking for another one. You should be ashamed of yourself. Why didn't you learn to sign? It took me less than a month. I learned from a library book. If you truly love David, as you so-called proclaim, you would have learned. It also continues here at the end by saying, "Not every American is as rich as most of you foreigners think. I hope David runs fast away." I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I can say this for sure. Not everybody is rich just because they live in the UK, or they live in America, or they live in Canada, or they live in Italy or Switzerland. You name any of these countries. Just because somebody lives somewhere that is, arguably maybe better than your country in terms of its wealth, or maybe in terms of its appearance or whatnot, it doesn't always necessarily mean that obviously that person is earning more money, or that person's living a life where they have money to actually spend or to waste. Because really and truly, the cost of living in different countries, different states, different regions, all that kind of stuff varies for everybody. And also how much people earn is also a massive factor. So the reality is people do need to get that out of the head. Now, despite the fact that she did come out to say that I know that not every American is this and that, well, I mean, it's kind of annoying that she says that, because in the show she blatantly goes, "I know that David is rich because he earns this amount of money." As soon as she found out, I believe at the time of the episode, he said he earned like £800 a week. No, so $800. My apologies, wrong currency, you know what I mean? And of course, that made it think that maybe my man is living la vida loca and all that kind of stuff. But I think, to be honest with you, sometimes people don't understand how hard it is for people to earn money. And also on top of that, how hard it is for people to also enjoy the money that they earn because of bills and whatever else that they've got to pay for, if you dig what I'm saying. But as far as I'm concerned, Sheila can talk about the episodes not being finished yet. She can talk about episodes before that. And she can also make this whole excuse about how she has already learned 3 languages. I mean, listen, to be honest with you, the fact that you already got other languages, it really shouldn't take you that long to then learn sign language. And to be honest with you, when it comes to her learning sign language, she's had a long time to do so. She knew that Dave was going to come in, fly there, meet her, and hopefully she was hoping that he would marry her. The fact that man flew in and then he's had to have a translator to translate your relationship is not a good look on your part, okay? Because clearly that shows a sign that he does want to communicate with you as much as possible in any way possible as he can. And maybe he was actually hoping that you would have learned by now. And the fact that you haven't done that, and your excuse is, "Oh, because I know other languages," That doesn't make sense, because really and truly, if you love someone, or as you said, love someone, well, here's the thing. You would know where your priorities lie, and your priorities would lie in making sure that your partner is going to be as comfortable as possible when they first meet. It's just as simple as that. So to be honest with you, in my opinion, I think when Sheila talks about all that kind of stuff, she's just talking absolute cack, if you ask me personally. But when it comes to the fact of her defending herself and saying that, oh, I'm not using it for money, which is quite interesting. She didn't necessarily deny that. She didn't necessarily defend herself. All she really pretty said is that I know that not all Americans are rich, pretty much. So she didn't actually address that part of stuff in particular, if you ask me. So personally, I think that what I said before, in my opinion, still stands. I genuinely believe that she is using David to get to America, so therefore she's able to provide her son with a better life and also a better life for herself. And again, some people defend that action, but the way I look at it is very simple. Is it fair to use someone else's emotions who truly loves you just because you want to get away and use them for a better life? Is it fair? Because at the end of the day, if you're with someone for the wrong intentions, once you get that better life and you know you can leave that person, what you gonna do? You're gonna leave that person, and therefore that person gets left heartbroken. Now, also at the same time, though, don't get it twisted. I'm not out here trying to defend David. Don't be moving mad, because to be fair, himself in particular, he's a dodgy guy. He's also got his own intentions, where I personally don't think he's in love with her personally. But I'm just saying that people in this world need to stop using people for a better freaking life, because at the end of the day, you're using someone else's emotions. You're using someone else's hard work, all that kind of stuff. That is not fair. If you want a better life comes better when you actually fall in love with someone and you end up marrying someone that you actually love. That is called a better life in a certain degree. But hey, man, listen, you guys have your say as always, and we'll most certainly talk about it in the comment section. But with that being said, though, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.